you the perception that they're all good. The reality is we're all messed up people striving to become better. And so because we always are in that place of striving to become better, I think it's a beautiful thing when you can be authentic and be honest and be 100% you. Man, being me is like right now, like just walking in my beautiful home. You know, my wife and I, we worked real hard to get to this point. I don't take it for granted, man, just being grateful. Being grateful for where you are right now, and also being humble enough to learn more about how you can get to where you want to be. So I think that just being you just means just being honest, having integrity, and being able to respect and honor what God has given you and the people that He's sending your path to help share it with you. Hey, welcome back to the DRL Experience. Hey, you will go to drlexperience.com, follow me. Hey, listen, I'm telling you guys, when you follow the DRL Experience, you're going to learn something. So I want you to go to Facebook at DRL Experience, go to Instagram at DRL Experience, Twitter at Demetrius_Early, YouTube, Demetrius Early, TikTok at DRL Experience, LinkedIn, Demetrius Early. Again, the website is drlexperience.com. And listen, I have the pleasure, and listen, please, we found time, hey, take a look at my book, man, Driven. Hey, you have never met someone that is driven as I am. And if you're a person that out there right now and you're a person that has a lot of fire inside of you and you want to go to the next levels, hey, man, check this book out. We got some great information in there. I had the pleasure of co-authoring with Brian Tracy. I also am a radio talk show host. My wife and I, my lovely wife, Katrina Early, and we've been on the radio now for over 7 years. We're like #1 in this community. And so listen, go out to 102.9 and check us out at Magic 102.9 every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We have a radio talk show. It's really phenomenal. It's our nonprofit organization. Make Me More Empowerment. And also, we do have a cash giveaway, a cash app giveaway today. So put your email in the chat. Put your email in there. You're going to win some money today, baby. So when you come to DRLExperience.com, hey, come to the DRL Experience virtual show. We're going to make sure you win something. Somebody going to have the ability to win something today. So everybody, wherever you at right now, hey, put in the chat where you're from. Let us know you're here. Interact with us. We need you guys to be in the room with us. Remember, this is a Millionaire's Corner. And if you want to be a part of the corner, we need y'all to participate. So go into the chat right now. Tell us where you're from so we can get you a shout out. And thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. So we're going to get right back to our wonderful guest, none other than Mr. John Cruz. He's a serial entrepreneur. My brother, he's given me great advice over the years. And I'll be honest with you, John, if it weren't for you and your advice, right, and being consistent and making sure you hold me accountable to the things that we talk about, I don't know where I'd be right now, brother. So I want to thank God for you right now, man, in public, in front of the whole world. Let them know, man, I'm really grateful to have people like you in my life that's always going to shoot it straight, but also is a role model that knows how to fight and get through the struggles that most people that are in that higher income bracket have to deal with that most people don't know about. And so I want to talk about that today. I want to give people a snapshot, give them an inside look at what the Millionaire Corner really is. Like, what are we really talking? What are the Millionaire's Corner? What are we really talking about? What are the guys that are making moves and making big things happen really talking about behind the scene? And so today, what's up, T.B. Crooked? Tuning in California. What's up, Cali? I see you in a teasy. So listen, so we're going to talk about a little bit about, like, just to me, man, like, what is the success formula coming from John Cruz? What is John Cruz' success formula for business?
You know, I think when I think about the things that have made me most successful, it comes down to a few things. The first step, in my opinion, is know, think, and believe. What you know, what
think and believe.
Know, think, and believe.
Okay,
that's the first step. What you know, how you think, and what you believe is going to be paramount to your success. You're never going to rise above your current belief system. So that means that if you believe that you are unlucky, if you believe that you're unsuccessful, can you hear that background noise?
Just a little bit. I know you're in your restaurant right now, right?
Yeah, I am, and I'll get them to turn that off in a minute at the next commercial. But what you know, how you think about what you know, and what you believe has to be of the highest level when it pertains and relates to you. You have to know that you are blessed and that you carry God's favor and that you're living a deliberate life, and success is just a matter of time away from you. It's paramount, and you can't think low of yourself. You can't think that you are not worthy, as it were. And I was blessed to have a great mentor at the age of 24 that I met, who helped me shape and mold my mind to get me conditioned for success. And one of the reasons that I was such a poor student is because I believed that I was a poor student. I knew that I was not an intelligent person. And so I walked in that passion. I walked with that package and baggage on my back. And I became that which I thought I was. But it wasn't until he showed me that you control what you know, think, and believe. Now, the world and the people in it, our parents, our family members, our politicians, our employers, they will try to put in your mind and set a value on you. You have to either accept or reject that. And it's probably going to be more in your interest to reject that and set your own value. And you control what you know, think, and believe about yourself.
That is so powerful, brother. Thank you for that. Know, think, and believe. You heard it right here on the DL Experience Show. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something. What you say, what comes out of your mouth is a direct connection to what you believe about yourself. So it's super important that we understand that. And I'm just grateful, like I said, to be able to just have people in my circle, because you are who you attract. I got the right people in my circle. We have real discussions about real things. And the formula for success is what you believe it is. That is powerful. And so I hope you get something from that. And I hope you can put that into your Rolodex and make it a part of your life every day, because I tell you what, your belief system, listen, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. And so I want to take a few moments real quick to let you guys know, listen, we have a Make Me Moment Empowerment Radio Talk Show. I told you about that earlier, but I'm also a public speaker. If you're looking to book someone to come out and speak or do any type of events, hey man, I'm your guy. We have an amazing platform that we're building right now, and we're looking to develop as many people as possible. So if you need someone to come out, give you some education on what we do, how we do it, we actually teach people from a financial standpoint how to get to the next level. We also have a credit restoration company, which I don't really promote that as much as I probably should, but because business credit is really where the real access is to get you access to funding. So we really focus more on the business credit aspect. But we also help coach entrepreneurs, like what me and John are doing right now in the Millionaire's Corner. We have real talk. We help people identify what they want to do, show them how to get started, show them how to get structured. So if you want to get a consultation, please feel free to go to drexperience.com and just look us up. And also, you will see a number soon come across the board to let you know how to find us. But you can go to Facebook at the Early Experience. You go to Instagram at the Early Experience. Go to Twitter at Demetrius Early _ YouTube Demetrius Early. TikTok at the Early Experience. LinkedIn Demetrius Early. Again, go to our website at theearlyexperience.com. Hey, listen, I am a best-selling author. I'm a co-author with Brian Tracy. Man, I'm doing some great things in the community right now. I'm excited about serving you guys. So listen, please feel free to give us a call, get on the calendar so we can have a consultation. The consultation is not going to cost you anything. We're running a special right now because you're on this show and you heard it from me, yourself, himself, D. Early. So we're excited about that. And listen, man, I just want to thank John again for coming on and sharing some wisdom with us. So now we're going to move right on to the next topic, if you don't mind, John. The next question I have for you, because I really want people to really get a good insight on the thought process behind the man that's created so many amazing businesses that employ so many people and they give so much back. I mean, I know you have a family dynamic that you and your wife, you guys work really hard together, and you guys are serious. Y'all are serious bosses. And so, hey man, I just want to get the opportunity, baby, to get into that mindset, because I know that something you said earlier that really got my attention when you was talking about your formula. Really, what you're basically saying to me is what I believe. It has to be attached to my mindset. My mindset controls everything that comes to me and that everything that I do. And once I believe it, I can achieve it. So tell me, John, the only job of an entrepreneur is what? Listen, before you say this, I want you to say it like you told me when you told me.
Well, I'll tell you like my mentor used to tell me, and whenever I would call him, and I would be, crying in my Cheerios because I was having trouble figuring out sometimes simple problems. They weren't always complex. Sometimes they were small money problems. I mean, I stayed calling him to try to get that advice and that experience. And he told me, listen, young man, he said, an entrepreneur has but one job, and that's to overcome any and all obstacles, regardless of circumstance. He said, that's the only reason these people work for you. That's the only reason that you're making money in this business, is because you have to figure it out. And I think that really helped shape what my value and worth was to my organization. It's not just me coming in and pouring in a bunch of hours. It's not me coming in and just making phone calls. But these people are coming to work with me and for me because they expect a result. And as an entrepreneur, that is your one job, to overcome any and all obstacles, regardless of the circumstance. You don't get a day off from that.
So you mean to tell me that when I woke up this morning and I made my list of the things that I want to accomplish today, that my only responsibility was to make sure I got that done before I laid down and went to sleep tonight? So is it possible that I may need to stay up all night on some nights as an entrepreneur? Is that something that we do? Like, do we actually go to bed at night? And then sometimes do we lay in the bed and our minds just keep on turning, right? I see you, Pastor Avery Johnson. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Shout out to Pastor Avery Johnson. Thanks for being here, brother. So what's up? What's up? Hey, know, think, and believe. We see you, John Cruz. So listen, man, it's super important that we understand that sometimes being in a position as a leader and being an entrepreneur that we are, being an entrepreneur, it sounds good on the surface. It sounds good. But are you willing to do the things that it takes to be the man that overcomes every obstacle? Are you ready to do that job? Are you ready for that responsibility? I think that most people, when they sign up for the entrepreneurship, they sign up for it because it sounds good, it makes them feel important. You know what I'm saying? But man, are you really ready to overcome any and every obstacle that gets in front of you? Not only just for you, but for everybody that's attached to you. You're responsible for everybody that works with you and for you. So I think that's super important that we really drive a little conversation about that, John, because I know there's some times at night, man, where I don't feel like I've accomplished the things that I really want to accomplish. So sometimes I stay up a little later than what I'm supposed to. And sometimes I'm going to go all the way until I just fall out, right? So how many nights do an entrepreneur do that, right? So we just have to find a way to overcome any and every obstacle. You heard it first on the Dearly Experience from yours truly, John Cruz, man. Thank you so much for that insight, because I know that being an entrepreneur has many definitions, and the definition really lies within a person that considers himself to be the entrepreneur. So listen, give me a little bit more insight on some examples of what you had to do to drive home that point when you was told that. How did you put it into action? Because you always owe me about, hey man, Dearly, hey, that sound good, but man, stop doing all that fluff. We need you to give us some steps. So give me some steps, John, on what do an entrepreneur do, and some of the examples that we have to be able to exemplify that statement that was just made on the only job that we have as entrepreneurs.
The one thing, and there are tons of steps that you're going to take as an entrepreneur, and I relate a lot of things to sports. If you're down, if it's two, or let's say if it's 5 or 10 minutes left in the game and you're down 2 scores, you're going to go into your no huddle offense. That means that you're going to do everything you can to take advantage of every second that's left on the clock in order for you to win. And sometimes in life, you have to go into your no huddle, hurry up offense. It might mean that you got to stay at work 18 hours. It might mean that you come in and sleep for 4 hours, grab you a biscuit on the way out the door, and get right back in there in the morning and start plugging away again. So you have to be willing to give 100%. I met my mentor in 1995. I was 24 years old. After he worked with and taught me for about 6 months, and he told me, you know what, it's going to take 5 years before he had me do a plan of where I wanted to go in life. This is what I wanted my life to look like in the next 5 years. I wanted to be a millionaire. I mean, most people get into business and it's the first thing out their mouth is, I want to be a millionaire. But if I ask you, if you want to be a millionaire, what does that equate to per month in income? Most people don't even know. What does that
Right.
equate per week in income? And is that pre-tax or post-tax? So you have to be very deliberate in your thinking as to where you're going. And after he worked with me for 6 months, he said, you know what? It's going to take you 5 years. And then me hearing that at 24, I said, hell, I don't have 5 years. I need it now. I'm struggling now. I can't wait another 5 years. But it, in fact, took me 5 years. And the reason that it did, the first and foremost reason, number one, is because I didn't know, think, and believe until 4 years into it when I got sick and damn tired of being sick and tired. And the second thing is I never gave 100% to my business. When I really asked myself, did you give 100%? The answer was no. And success, I'm going to tell you, is going to meet you on the other side of 100%. And let me explain that. If I gave you if I gave you a glass that's 12 ounces, is it possible for you to pour 120% out of that 12-ounce glass? It isn't. There's no such thing as 120% as it relates to an inanimate object. But the human spirit is so bold and indomitable that you're the only creature that when you have nothing left, you can dig down deep within yourself and create. You can pluck from effort that you didn't even know you had. So you're going to have to give 100% just to get in the neighborhood of success. And then it's what you do on top of that that will speed your relationship and introduction to success. You're going to have to give 120%. And some of you out there know that you're only giving 70%. Some of you only work on your business on the weekend. Some of you only work on your business at night. Some of you only work on your business every now and then when you feel like it. Success doesn't operate like that. Success is going to meet you on the other side of 100%. So you're going to
Man,
have to,
drop the microphone. Man, just listen, bro. I get so excited when you say, brother. Man, listen, that word right there just blessed me on a whole nother level. Success is, man, it's on the other side of 100%, brother. Listen,
only
man.
on the other side.
Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this opportunity to be able to seize this moment. Because I promise you one thing for sure. I'm looking at myself in the mirror a little closer now. Be early. Are you giving 100%? Because success, hey, listen, success on the other side of 100%. Listen, guys, if you don't get anything else off this show tonight, I want you guys to write that down and put it in the books, okay? Because it's really important that you understand that, man, your effort is one thing is we can't do. I can't measure your effort. There's no way for you to measure your effort. But the one person that can is you. You can measure your effort. You know what percentage you're putting into what we're doing. So make sure you guys get this. Now, this is real. Hey, this is real. This is the Millionaire's Corner. We up in here. Hey, hope y'all, hey, say something in the chat. If you're being blessed right now with this information that's being given to you, say something in the chat. Shout us out. Let us know where you're from, where you're at. Let us know you're in here. Hey, share, like, comment, tag. Get this information out there because it's time for us to come together and get the information that is needed to elevate ourselves to the next level. And please go to dearlyexperience.com. If you need a consultation, listen, we're here to give you the information that you need. And listen, I'll tell you what, the number's on the screen. Go to email us at info@dearlyexperience.com. And our number is 1-888-276-7696. Listen, this conversation has to keep going. Like, we only can do so much with the time that we have. We're going to maximize this time because we know that time is the most precious commodity that we have on this planet. So what you're doing with your time is up to you. But I'll tell you one thing, when you come into the Millionaire's Corner, we talking the kind of talk that gets you to your next level, no matter where you are right now. We can help you get there. So, hey, we thank you so much again for tuning in. I'm going to get back to our special guest, Mr. John Cruz, who's jumping these jewels on us. And so we're going to go to our next topic. The next topic going to be something that I think that was really important. I was on my way to Houston about 2 weeks ago, and I called John. I said, John, I got the speaking engagement I got to do, and I'll be on stage with Master P, and I'll be on stage with Eric Thomas, and I want to make sure I do a great job. I said, but you know, the real boss that I'm going to be looking at in that audience is going to be Katrina Early. My wife going to be sitting right there front and center. I got to make sure sister looking good. I got to make sure she's proud of me, man. So, I need to make sure I bring it, brother. Hey, man, help me out. And John said something to me that was really, really pertinent. He said, listen, man, everything you're talking about, you know, we talked about business credit. We talked about personal credit. We talked about the steps on how to get to the next level and level up in your business, expand your business. Hey, listen, the DRL experience is going to help you do that. We're going to help you get to a point, no matter where you start at, we will help you get to that next level and propel you up to expand so you can get to that 6 figure that you want, that 7 figures that you want. It just depends on if you're ready to do the work. But the bottom line is this. He said, man, the credit thing is good. He said, but what is the one thing that needs to be done that really wipes all of that out? He said, really, everybody think they need this, but they really need that. And I was like, man, what you talking about, bro? I said, you trying to play with me, man. This is my business we talking about, John. I can't go on here and talk about that when I know my business is this. He said, nah, that ain't what I'm saying. He said, listen, it's good for you to help people understand the American system and how it operates and how economics work and how you can leverage yourself by utilizing credit. And there's a right way to borrow so you can catapult yourself to the next level by using other people's money and using the bank's money. That right there is a rule that is phenomenal for those who know how to use it. He said, but what is the one thing that you can do that doesn't require you to need credit? So, John, I'm going to let you go ahead and just go and finish what I just started, because when you told me that, man, it got my attention and made me realize, you know what? This is really true. All we really need to do is this one thing. And a lot of you right now, you're looking for something easy to do. You're looking for an easy way out. You're looking for that thing that you can do that's going to be on automatically. When you go, you got to spend time and put time in to make sure you do these things right. But you can't exit out of being successful without putting in the work. So, John, let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about the topic of sales and not loans.
Well, you know, when I counsel entrepreneurs, I let them know that I've been broke 3 times and I've been a millionaire 3 times. And every time that I've gotten myself back to millionaire status, I use the same set of rules and principles that were outlined and taught to me in 1995 by my business mentor. But what I've never been able to do is I've never built myself back up to millionaire status using bank money, using bank loans, or using investor dollars. I've been at my absolute best and most creative when I did not have access to that. And what it comes down to is most entrepreneurs do not need bank loans. Most of us aren't even bankable, because when we're starting out and we're going through the, you know, through the fight, and if you've taken a few L's, chances are your credit has been tainted, and then you got to come to somebody like D Early to get your credit taken care of so that you can get back on track to become bankable, which you should always be doing in your business. But the bottom line, when you're starting out, most entrepreneurs need sales. Sales heals all ills. So if you come in and you don't have any money to, let's say that you sell t-shirts, but you go and you get a purchase order from Walmart to buy 100,000 t-shirts with your label on them, and they're going to sell them in their stores, but you need $50,000 in order to buy the t-shirts. You take that purchase order to the right place, the money will show up. But what most entrepreneurs do, instead, they try to go and get the loan, then go buy the t-shirts, then spend a bunch of money on marketing, then they don't sell a damn thing, and then they go into bankruptcy. That's not how it's done. You need sales. Print 2 or 3 t-shirts, get out there and sell those things, get you a purchase order, try to sell 10,000, 20,000 of them. And even if you can't fulfill that purchase order, there are purchase order companies that will make that money show up. And in my business, because you know, my foundation of wealth came from real estate and mortgages. What I needed was sales. I was selling other banks' money. So I really didn't need, if I went and got a bank loan, I was only going to use it to market my business, build out my office suite. But, you know, so I really didn't need the money. What I needed was 100 loans a month. I needed 100 people a month that were willing to use my service in order to finance their homes. And once I had that, I didn't need the bank's money. I had $60,000, $70,000 worth of income coming in every single month. So what do I need your money to do? So if you really look at your business and get with someone like a D Early that can identify the strengths and the weaknesses, the opportunities and the threats that exist in your business, you may find out that what you need is to scale your sales and not necessarily run out and get $100,000 or $1 million loan. That, I just don't have a belief that, I'll build it and then they'll come. No, I go get them and then I come back and I build it. That's the operational advice that I would give to young entrepreneurs.
I gotta tell. Thank you so much for that, man. I gotta tell this story. Back in 2005, I was in Houston, Texas. My mind was made up that I was going to be successful. I hadn't gotten to exactly where I wanted to be as of yet, but I remember identifying that there was a niche in the market that people were not looking at. And so I walked into this mortgage company. I think it was called Northwest Lending or something like that. And I walked in and I met this gentleman. By the way, his name is John Cruz. And he said, "Hey, man, how can I help you?" And I said, "Hey, bro," I said, "Listen," I said, "I have the ability to do something that Jesus did." He's like, "What are you talking about, bro?" I said, "Listen, man, give me all your dead files and I'll resurrect them. Just give me an opportunity. Let me show you what I can do." I think he was a little bit impressed by the fact that I was that bold to come in and say what I said. He said, "Man, I got to give you an opportunity. So, hey, how many files you need?" I said, "Give me as many as you can give me." The bottom line is that, I had to sell myself to these companies to give myself an opportunity to get access to files of people who needed to be financed. And if I can fix their credit and send them back to you, would that be of value to you? Of course it would. So that's how John Cruz and I met back in the mid 2000s, before everything just really blew up for me. And man, I just want to say thank you again for giving me the opportunity. But then at the same time, man, you just reminded me that you are absolutely correct. A lot of us just need to make sure we go in and sell. Do you remember that when I came into your office, John?
I do. That was almost 20 years ago, man. And you good looking brother, in shape, wearing the fancy clothes and talking fast, and had me captivated. I was on my way out to lunch actually, and I met you in my lobby, and man, and hell, I think I went to lunch with you and watched you work a whole restaurant. In about 2 hours, you had every name, every contact, and we've been friends ever since.
Absolutely. And so that's another thing I want to say too, John. I'm glad you brought that point up. Like, there's a thing called the 3 feet rule. Well, I triple that. I try to do everything times 3 to make sure I'm better than the most. And so I multiplied that rule times 3 and said, it's a 10 feet rule for dearly. If you 10 feet within my reach and I get any type of eye contact with you, I'm going to say something to you. So listen, people, if you're out there right now, you have a product or you're a business and you have anything to sell to anyone, there's no excuse for you to be in a restaurant and just talk to the people you came in there with. At some point, we got to talk to as many people as possible, okay? I want you guys to always know that everybody's an opportunity. And guess what? If you don't know my brand and you're not buying my brand and I come in contact with you, guess what? You're going to know who I am before you leave. And I'm going to make sure every time I see you, I'm going to say something to you. And I'll make sure I'm saying the right things to you. So yes, success leaves clues. So if you want to prepare yourself to be on the next level, hey, don't get me wrong. We're in the business of helping you get yourself financially free. We can help you get access to capital. But don't negate the fact that the front line, the first thing you need to be doing is selling, okay? And so we can help you with that as well. We can give you the insight and consult with you. If you're looking for someone to help you with those things, to mentor you and give you some education on how to make those things happen and kind of lead you in that direction, go to info@dearlyexperience.com. You can email us, or you can also give us a call at 1-888-276-7696. Man, we can help you get to where you want to be. Make that phone call. Hey, if you're in the chat right now, let us know where you at. I see you guys. I see you, Avery Johnson, out of Houston, Texas. Hey, where you at? Is that all we got in the house today? We got Houston up in here. Hey, I know we got some people, some other places up in here. Y'all say so. What's up, Richard Parker? ATL in the building. Thank you very much, brother. This is powerful, man. This sure is, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just excited about just really getting to that next level, guys. So what I want to do, if y'all will, please take time out, share, like, comment, and I want you to follow me on the social media outlets. Hey, where we at? We at Facebook at The Early Experience, Instagram at The Early Experience, Twitter at Demetrius_Early, YouTube Demetrius Early, TikTok at The Early Experience, LinkedIn Demetrius Early, and our website is what? No, it's theearlyexperience.com. Man, listen, we here for you. We got something that you need, and guess what? Let's have a consultation I'm ready to give you guys some information that's going to take your life to another level. I guarantee you, you give me 30 minutes of your time, it will not be the same. It will not be the same. Absolutely, Richard. You was with me with John Cruz when I went in there and made we made that awesome sale. I remember that, Mr. Parker. Hey, listen. So listen, we have a Cash App giveaway. Put your email in the chat so you can have an opportunity to win some money today, y'all. What's going on, Meech? Another Houston, Texas up in here. Demetrius, I see you, young man. Good to see you, son. Hey, listen. So listen, we got these wonderful topics. And I got a young man in here right now that's really just sharing some very powerful information. If you don't have your notepad and you're not taking notes, shame on you. But I'm going to tell you something. There's more to come. We still have a little time left, so let's get right to it. John, I need to get you back up in here, buddy. My next topic, next discussion I want to have with you is, it says, know your business that you're in and you should buy a business. Or should you buy a business or start from business from scratch? That's what it's talking about. So you know your business, right? Know the business that you're in, but the question is, should you buy a business or start from scratch?
Well, it sounds like that we've combined a couple of topics. So let me start with knowing the business that you're in. The business that you're in as an entrepreneur, generally, and this happened with me and my mentor as well. He asked me, John, what business are you in? I told him I'm in the money lending business. He said, no, you're not. I told him I'm in the real estate finance business. No, you're not. I'm in the, and I fired away 3 or 4 other things that just clearly let him know that I did not know what business that I was in. The business that we are all in as entrepreneurs and even W-2 salaried employees is that we're in the problem solving business. Absolutely. That's the only reason somebody's paying you. You solve a problem. Now, you need to understand that you are paid in direct proportion to the type of problems that you solve. You solve small itty bitty problems. Well, the reward for that is a small itty bitty paycheck. But if you solve large complex problems, well, the inverse is that you get a large level of compensation. Now, if you needed heart surgery, who you gonna go to get that done? You gonna go to a mechanic? You gonna go to a home builder? Or you gonna go to a surgeon that has experience in replacing hearts in human beings? And chances are that's going to be $1 million surgery. That's a large, complex problem. So each and every one of us needs to first understand that we're in a problem solving business and stop running from problems. All problems, everyone that you have in your life, everyone that you have in your personal life, your social life, your spiritual life, all of those are opportunities for you to get better, for you to overcome that issue and be able to be prepared for the next bigger issue. And then how do you apply that thinking to your business? Is that you want to solve the biggest, most complex problems that you possibly can. I want to be on that team and in that room because I know the other side of that comes a higher level of compensation. So we're all in the problem solving business.
And I want to interject right there and kind of show a little snippet of what happened at the Big Boss Conference when I was in Houston, just talking about some of the issues that I had in life and how I was able to overcome them. So we're going to take a small break and let's check that out, okay? I allowed some people in my company to falsify information because I thought I had enough money to pay to cover all this stuff if something didn't go right. And when things went wrong, how many of y'all know it goes wrong? I ended up losing everything. I got sentenced to 17 years, did 4.5 years in prison. I came home in 2014 with nothing. I lost my family. I lost my covenant with God. They had to move back to Louisiana and start living a life that I had taught them different about. I had humiliated my opportunity to be the leader that I was. And all I did, guys, was turn my head the other way and not take care of the responsibility of what was in front of me. But God had a plan for me. He wanted me to learn a valuable lesson because he had more than millions inside of me. I had $15 million and $60 million in real estate. Now all of a sudden, all that's gone. He taught me in a real sudden way that you make one wrong move and take your eyes off me, son, because I gave you all this, I'll take it from you. I get emotional thinking about it. I have to lose everything to gain everything. Man, I tell you, man, I almost choked up a little bit on that, but I'm telling you, man, it's amazing when you're speaking from your heart, man. And so, John, again, man, thanks so much for the jewels you dropped on us today, guy. And man, we got to do this again real soon. The Millionaire Corner. This is just the first of many. We're gonna do some more of this. And so, right now, I want to give us the opportunity. And so, we're running out of time. For the sake of time, I want to give us the opportunity, baby, to respond to some of the questions that some of the guys online with us today may have. So, if you have any questions, let's go ahead and do some Q&A. Let's get some questions done, guys, so we can answer some of your questions. So, please put in the chat. You have any questions right now? Please feel free to ask some.
And while we wait on those questions, I have to say that, brother, I was at that conference, and I got to also say that you were sharp as I don't know what. Boy, I love that green jacket. But man, I get goosebumps just even watching that clip. I mean, just the amazing amount of emotion. I thought that you did a magnificent job connecting to the audience, and they received you very well, because they could hear the sincerity in your voice and you sharing your struggle. That's one of the things that I love most about you, is that whether you high or low, you tell exactly where you are. You tell exactly where it is. If you low, you're like, brother, I'm low. I need some help. Throw me a lifeline. And if you on top, you're like, hey, brother, I'm doing very well. Let me throw you one. So I appreciate and love you for that, man.
Thank you, bro. I love you too, brother. Thank you, man. So Demetrius Jr., he says, what type of staff should we have to help us get to millionaire status?
You should have a staff of high performers. There is a great clip of Nick Saban on YouTube, and I hope that you all can find it. If you can't, I'll send it to Demetrius, and maybe he can repost it on some of his social media. But Nick said that his job as the head coach is to do one thing: to make sure that all the right guys are in the right seats on the bus. And he says that high performers hate low performers, and low performers hate high performers. He says, so his job is to make sure that all of the high performers are in the right seats on the bus, and to get all the low performers off the bus. That to me rings crystal clear. If you don't get those low performers out of your organization and fire fast, get rid of them very quickly, because they are trying to bring in and inculcate a culture of losing that will permeate itself through your organization, and you will find yourself every month, week over week, day over day, falling short of your goals. So the right staff are the people who get behind your vision, and they're not afraid and not unprepared and not unwilling to push this vehicle uphill. So even in my organization, the thing that I'm looking at, I don't run any of my businesses. I manage the balance sheets, but I'm always looking and meeting with my leaders and looking and see the type of people that they hire, because spirit says all. If you have a low vibrating spirit, if you're someone that's more focused on the social aspect of being in one of my organizations, I have to part company with you, because you're not taking us where we need to go. I want high performers only. So make certain that you only have the best of the best and the cream of the crop working with you.
Only quality people, baby. Richard Parker says, how can we begin to establish our goals daily?
Perfect question. Let me give it to you the same way my mentor gave it to me. He said too often, he said, John, if I ask you right now, I need you to be in New York next week, Monday, what's the first thing that you're going to do? I said, I'm probably going to look at what the cost is to fly there. He said, absolutely. He said, and what if the cost to fly is too expensive? He said, well, then I'm probably going to look at, or I said, rather, I'm probably going to look at driving or maybe taking a train or a bus. And then after that, I said, well, I'm going to, look and see what the hotels look like. He said, the bottom line is that you're preparing yourself for a journey. Life as business is a journey. But too many of us are getting up every single day, just walking out the door, no destination in mind, don't know if we got the right clothing on, don't know if we got enough gas in our vehicle, don't know if we have enough knowledge in our head, enough money in our pocket. We're just meandering through life. So the best thing that you can do right now is figure out, this is my destination. This is where I'm going. What is it going to take for me to get there? Who do I need to know? Who do I need to employ? What do I need to say? How do I need to look? How do I need to communicate? What knowledge do I need to get? Figure out what your destination is. If your destination is millionaire status, then it's easy for you to figure out that's your destination. Now let's go ahead and qualify all of the things that it takes for you to arrive at that destination. And that calls for you to have a written plan. I can't tell you how many people that sometimes are successful in spite of themselves, but do not have a written plan. And I ask them in my seminars, where are you going? Where are you headed? Show me in writing where you're headed. What course have you charted? And they don't have it. Everything's up here. That doesn't always work.
Listen, so you're a mentor. You've been a mentor for quite some time now. And hey, if you guys want to get in contact and book John and myself, like all you got to do is just go to theearlyexperience.com and we'll definitely connect with you guys. Listen, I want to get a drum roll real quick because somebody going to win this doggone cash that we got to give out right now. So listen, please, drum roll, please. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, who, what email address won this week, the cash giveaway? What is it? What is it? Who won the cash this week? We got to get his money away before we get out of here, guys. John, what are all of your businesses? Can you please announce all your businesses?
I've sold quite a few, but my wife and I are still in the real estate business, so we still have a large construction company. We have about 11 projects that are under development right now. We have a successful restaurant that we run and operate in Houston, Texas. It's called Phil and Derek's.
Great food, people.
Phil and Derek's restaurant. So if you're ever in Houston, come by and see me. And then we have we have some transportation companies too, in fact, that we own in Boise, Idaho. We still have some business holdings on the East Coast in DC. And we have a large farm that we run and manage. So we have 80 acres outside the city of Houston. So we have our hands in a few different areas. But what I'm most excited about is I'm really devoting more time to my public speaking and business coaching. That's starting really at the first of the year. And that is, I'm setting my businesses up now so that can be the primary and highest and best use of my time.
Absolutely. But I tell you one thing, I'm booking you right now. Put me on right now, brother. And thank you so much for coming on the show, man. You've been
my pleasure.
And man, thank you for the knowledge that you've given, and thank you for all the times we've had to share. And I look forward to sharing more moments with you, man. And man, listen, this talk in this corner that we created, this Millionaire's Corner, let's take this to the next level, man. Let's take it to the world. Let's do it together, and let's help each other get to that next level. So, guys, if you out there right now, you want to partner with the right people, hey, go to theearlyexperience.com. And you can follow us at Facebook at The Early Experience, Instagram at The Early Experience, Twitter at Demetrius_Early, YouTube Demetrius Early, TikTok at The Early Experience, and LinkedIn Demetrius Early. And the website again is theearlyexperience.com. We have John Cruz on with us, my good friend, my brother from another mother. And man, we finna collaborate, and we finna take this world by storm. Hey, we are the best kept secrets. And guess what? I'm a little bit darker than he is, but he's a true brother, man. So listen, hey, it ain't nothing like us, man. Listen, y'all get the best of both worlds. So hey, if you're out there right now, please feel free to give us a call. The number that we're gonna have you call is 1-888-276-7696. You want to email us at info@theearlyexperience.com. Man, I am super excited. All right, for the sake of time, for my brother, Mr. Parker, I got to get out of here at the right time. I wish we could continue down this path and go longer. I really want to know who's going to win the cash giveaway before we get out of here, so my production company can help me out with that. I really appreciate it. I want to know who won the cash giveaway. Is it Richard Parker? Richard Parker won the cash this week, y'all. Congratulations to Richard Parker, man. Hey, we got to get this money over to you, sir. Thank you guys so much once again. This is Demetrius Early signing out, theearlyexperience.com. Hey, take a look at what we're doing. Share, comment, and like, and tag. And John Cruz, you're phenomenal. Love you, brother. Thanks so much for tuning in. And thank you for being here with us, brother. Y'all
love you back.
Week. To next week, 7 p.m. Peace.